Celtic just lost 3-1 to Rangers at Celtic Park in what was one of the worst performances we have seen in a long time. In the fallout of that match, Kris Boyd was quick to make some bizarre comments towards the club. We will go over what he said in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic's defeat to Rangers on Saturday afternoon was followed within hours by further unrest, as anger inside and outside the stadium turned into organised response. The result, which marked a sixth defeat in 8 games under Wilfried Nancy, pushed frustration beyond a point many supporters feel has been coming for some time. Protests gathered pace outside Celtic Park shortly after full time, with thousands directing their anger toward the board rather than the players. The scale and immediacy of the reaction reflected a belief that the issues on the pitch are inseparable from decisions made off it. As those protests were still fresh, the Celtic Fans Collective released a strongly worded statement later on Saturday. The timing underlined how closely the group views recent results and wider governance issues as part of the same problem. The collective has become a more prominent voice this season, representing supporters who feel increasingly disconnected from the club's leadership. Their response to the Rangers' defeat was direct, forceful, and aimed well beyond the dugout. Here's the full Celtic collective statement. Today's pathetic collapse in the derby match is a culmination of the complacency, arrogance, and incompetence of the Celtic board. Wilfried Nancy is not equipped to be Celtic manager and should be removed from his position. However, those responsible for hiring him, degrading the playing squad, and attacking supporters must shoulder the blame for the mess we are in on the park and the massive disconnect between the fans and club off it. It is also impossible to separate the board's arrogance from the man who empowers it. Dermot Desmond remains largely absent, yet retains the decisive power, and his narrow-mindedness and lack of ambition for Celtic, coupled with a seeming disdain for its supporters, has helped lead us to this point. Removing the manager is only part of the solution. Systemic change is required if the club is to be united and successful. It has been proven beyond any doubt that Michael Nicholson and Chris McKay are unfit for their roles as CEO and CFO respectively. The support must work to force these people from their positions and fight to ensure that any custodians of our club are made accountable to ordinary fans. We will reach out to our constituent members in the coming days to escalate our campaign. Sack the board. Now for the main story. As Kris Boyd's comments on Sky Sports following Celtic's defeat to Rangers have landed badly with many supporters. His criticism focused less on results or decisions and more on how fans chose to react. The reaction has touched a nerve because it speaks to a wider frustration among Celtic supporters. Many feel they are being told to sit quietly and accept decline while continuing to fund the club regardless of standards. Celtic fans do not follow the team casually. They pay significant money week in, week out, travel in large numbers, and invest emotionally through good seasons and bad. Against that backdrop, Boyd's tone felt dismissive rather than analytical. It came across as a lecture to supporters who believe they have earned the right to demand better. He said, "The self-entitlement from this group of fans, just to expect to win, is off the charts. What this club has done over a period of time, and you've got fans outside singing 'Sack the Board,' it was only sung the song all day, and it was outside the stadium. I've never heard them as quiet in all my life. Celtic have got problems, Wilfried Nancy is one of them, but there's a lot more problems at this football club than Wilfried Nancy." Boyd's framing of supporter anger as entitlement misses the reality of why fans are upset. Expecting competence, ambition, and accountability is not entitlement when supporters bankroll the entire operation. Celtic fans are not demanding perfection or guaranteed trophies. They are reacting to repeated failures, poor recruitment, and a sense that standards are slipping without consequence. The idea that supporters should remain quiet during a collapse is deeply flawed. Silence does not fix problems, and history shows that pressure often forces change where comfort does not. Boyd also chose to focus on crowd noise rather than substance. Whether fans sang for 90 minutes or protested after full time does not change the reasons they are angry. Criticizing supporters for protesting outside the stadium ignores the point of protest itself. It is meant to be uncomfortable, visible, and impossible to ignore. There is also irony in accusing fans of entitlement while they continue to pay rising prices for a product that is declining in quality. Loyalty does not require blind acceptance. Celtic's problems did not appear overnight. They have built up through decisions made by those in charge, not by those in the stands. Boyd is right about one thing, even if he did not intend it that way. The issues at Celtic go far beyond the manager, and supporters have been saying that for some time. What is embarrassing to many fans is not protest or anger, it is being told by a pundit that caring too much is the problem. Supporters have every right to react when they feel the club is moving backwards. Expecting them to watch quietly while standards drop is neither realistic nor fair. Celtic has always been driven by its support. When fans speak out, it is usually because they believe the club can and should be better. Boyd's comments may play well elsewhere, but they miss the truth of the situation. Celtic fans are not entitled, they are invested, and right now they feel let down. In other news, John Hartson summed up the mood around Celtic after the defeat to Rangers, with uncertainty now hanging heavily over the club. His reaction reflected a wider feeling that confidence has drained and clear answers are hard to find. The Glasgow derby loss has pushed Celtic into an uncomfortable place. What once felt like a difficult run now feels like a situation where every option carries risk. Supporter anger has grown louder with each setback, but confusion sits alongside that frustration. Many are struggling to see a clear path forward that does not involve pain in one form or another. Against that backdrop, Hartson's words landed with force because they echoed what many are already thinking. His comments did not come from heat of the moment emotion, but from genuine uncertainty about direction. He tweeted, "I genuinely don't know where Celtic go from here. Sack the manager and his staff. We need better players with some balls to perform. Keep the manager, give him funds to improve the team. Get rid of 6 players that are simply not good enough. What happens next? Fuck knows." Hartson's reaction captures the lack of clarity that now surrounds the club. There is no single solution that feels obvious or safe. Every possible route forward brings its own problems. Changing the manager risks further instability, while sticking with the current setup asks for faith that has already been tested. The squad is also part of the debate. Performances have raised questions about quality and mentality, especially when games begin to turn against them. Recruitment sits at the centre of that concern. Fans have grown tired of seeing gaps in the squad remain unfilled while expectations stay the same. Time is another factor that cannot be ignored. With the season moving quickly, hesitation could allow the situation to drift beyond repair. Rivals will sense opportunity in Celtic's uncertainty. History shows that moments like this can define campaigns for better or worse. In other news, Celtic manager Wilfried Nancy faced further scrutiny after another defeat, with questions now moving beyond individual matches and into wider concerns about direction. The discussion has shifted toward trust, change, and how much patience remains. The pressure is no longer coming from one source. Fans, media, and former players are all circling the same issue, which is whether progress is happening quickly enough. Celtic's season still has time to recover, but the margin for error continues to shrink. Each post-match interview now carries added weight because it feeds into a growing pattern. Nancy was challenged on several fronts, including results, confidence, and repetition. His answers reflected a manager still focused on detail and belief, rather than panic. He said, "We are together with the board. When we lose, when someone loses, the confidence is going to be low. It's clear. But we have also many things that I can show, and we will discuss that with the players, that the confidence could be high. This game today was about details, so we can concede goals. We conceded so many goals, and the goal that we conceded, we know that we can do better." When the reporter pointed out, "To be fair, Wilfried, you've been saying the same things since you've become Celtic manager after most games," Nancy responded, "I am with my players. I'm not here to pinpoint who missed the chances because everybody missed." The quotes show a manager standing firmly with his players and his board. There is no sign of distance or doubt in his language. That stance has been consistent throughout his time in the role. Nancy continues to frame setbacks as moments that can still lead to improvement. The difficulty now lies in how those messages are received. Repetition can sound steady to some and stubborn to others, depending on results. So, there you have it, a turbulent 24 hours for Celtic. The next few weeks will be absolutely crucial for the direction of this club. What do you think Celtic should do? Should Nancy stay or go? Is the board the real problem? Let us know in the comments below. And if you made it this far, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for all the latest Celtic news. We'll be here every single day bringing you the updates you need. See you in the next one. Hail, hail.